right, folks, if you thought we were done with 1980s fashion fads, think again. From neon madness to iconic sneakers, we're diving into 15 more fads that made the 80s the wildest, most colorful decade in fashion history. Number 1. British Knight sneakers.
Get off in BK. Wherever you go, whatever you do, British Knights, the right move for you.
If you were rolling with the cool kids in the late 80s, chances are you had a pair of British Knights, or you desperately wanted them. They had bold designs, chunky soles, and that killer BK logo that instantly set them apart from the standard Nike or Reebok crowd. They were flashy, edgy, and had a little bit of that bad boy reputation, especially when hip-hop artists started rocking them in music videos. I had a buddy who saved up every penny of his allowance to buy a pair. The day he got them, he was walking taller, strutting harder, and let me tell you, he made sure everyone noticed. Number 2. Esprit clothing. Before Abercrombie, before Hollister, there was Esprit. This brand was everywhere in the 80s, known for its bold patterns, bright colors, and oversized sweatshirts. If you wore Esprit, you were automatically cool, no questions asked. Number 3. Oversized leather motorcycle jackets. If there was one jacket that ruled the 80s, it was the oversized leather motorcycle jacket. This wasn't just a piece of clothing, it was armor. You threw it on and suddenly you felt invincible. Cindy Crawford wore one. So did every rock star, biker, and rebellious teen trying to prove they had an edge. The best ones had big lapels, silver zippers, and enough attitude to make you feel like you could walk into any club and own the room. If you paired it with ripped jeans and combat boots, you were the definition of cool. Number 4. Dolphin shorts. If you lived through the 80s, you definitely remember dolphin shorts. They were tight, tiny, and trimmed with contrasting piping. Perfect for looking sporty, even if you were just lounging at the mall. They started as runner's gear, but by the mid-80s, everyone was wearing them, from beachgoers to cheerleaders. And yeah, they weren't exactly modest, but hey, it was the 80s. Subtlety was not our thing. Take a quick pause and click on this awesome button called subscribe so we can stay connected. It will also encourage me to share many more 80s treasures like the one you're watching right now. And hey, if you're on Facebook, join me there too. It's a great place to share your stories, connect with other nostalgia lovers, and keep the conversation going. See you there. Number 5. Leg warmers. Let's be honest. Were leg warmers really necessary? Probably not. But did that stop girls from wearing them? Absolutely not. Thanks to Flashdance, 1983, every girl in America suddenly needed a drawer full of these things, even if they had zero intention of hitting the gym. Number 6. Neon color blocking. If there's one thing the 80s didn't believe in, it was toning things down. Neon color blocking was the peak of 80s fashion insanity. Bright pinks, electric blues, and radioactive yellows all smashed together in the loudest outfits imaginable. I had a windbreaker that looked like a highlighter exploded on it. But guess what? It was awesome. Number 7. Reebok high tops. Before every sneaker brand tried to make the ultimate training shoe, Reebok had already won the game. The Reebok Freestyle high tops were the shoes to have if you were hitting an aerobics class or just flexing in the school hallway. Even if you weren't an exercise junkie, you probably had a pair of these in classic white leather, looking crisp and clean with every outfit. And if you really wanted to level up, you'd wear them with scrunched up socks. Extra points if you had multiple layers of neon socks stacked on top of each other. Number 8. Big plastic earrings. Subtle jewelry? Not in the 80s. We're talking huge, chunky plastic earrings in every neon color imaginable. Hoops, triangles, zigzags. If your earrings weren't the size of a small dinner plate, you weren't trying hard enough. Number 9. Scrunchies. Alright guys, I may not have rocked a scrunchie myself, but if you were alive in the 80s, you definitely knew someone who did. Your sister, your girlfriend, your best friend's older sister, who somehow always looked cooler than everyone else. These things were everywhere. Big, colorful, and sitting on every girl's wrist like some kind of badge of honor. And if a girl had a high ponytail, you better believe a scrunchie was holding it up. They weren't like the regular boring black elastics. Nope. These were puffy, oversized, and came in wild fabrics like velvet, neon spandex, or even leopard print if someone was feeling bold. Number 10. Stretch belts with big buckles. Oversized sweaters and baggy dresses? Not a problem. Just slap a massive belt over it. These belts were wide, stretchy, and came with a big, gaudy buckle that demanded attention. Number 11. Long gloves. For most of history, long gloves were for royalty and Hollywood icons, but by 1987, they were a full-blown fashion statement. Women paired them with lace dresses, velvet gowns, and off-the-shoulder tops for an over-the-top, dramatic evening look. The gloves were tight, sleek, and extended past the elbows, adding just the right amount of mystery and elegance. Madonna rocked them. Every fashion-forward girl at prom had a pair. Any actress in a high-fashion movie scene? You bet. Number 12. The preppy look. If the 80s had a dress code, it had two extremes. You were either loud and neon, or you went full prep mode. The preppy look was for the kids who wanted to look like they vacationed in Martha's Vineyard, even if the closest they got to a yacht was a boat keychain from LL Bean. It was all about polished, effortless style, crisp polo shirts, preferably Lacoste or Ralph Lauren, cable-knit sweaters draped over the shoulders, and perfectly tailored khakis or Bermuda shorts. But let's talk shoes, because no preppy look was complete without the ultimate footwear choices. Sperry Topsiders, the official boat shoe of the decade. Base Ouijan loafers, worn with or without socks, depending on how rebellious you were. Keds sneakers. If you were going for the effortless girl next door look, Keds were the go-to. For the true preppy pros, the finishing touches included Ray-Ban Wayfarers, because they weren't just for rock stars. A pastel or plaid belt, because the more patterns, the better. The preppy look was a lifestyle. If you dressed the part, people just assumed you spent summers at tennis camp and had an Ivy League future waiting for you. Number 13. Swatch watches. If you had only one Swatch watch in the 80s, you were doing it wrong. Swatches were meant to be stacked, at least 2 or 3 at a time. With wild colors, funky patterns, and even see-through designs, Swatch made sure that your wrist was never boring. There was even a Swatch guard, a rubber protector for your watch that nobody actually needed, but we all bought anyway. Number 14. High-cut one-piece swimsuits. If you turned on a TV in the 1980s, you couldn't escape the high-cut one-piece swimsuit. Baywatch? Check. Supermodels in every magazine? Check. Aerobics instructors who somehow made working out look glamorous? Double check. These swimsuits weren't just high-cut. They were sky-high, creating legs for days and that signature hourglass silhouette. They hugged the body like they were sprayed on, and the best part? They came in the brightest, boldest colors imaginable. Hot pink, electric blue, neon green, you name it. I still remember a summers where every single woman on the sand was rocking this look, like a scene straight out of a Coca-Cola commercial. Number 15. The Madonna look.
I want my MTV.
If there was one person who shaped 80s fashion, it was Madonna. She didn't just set trends, she was the trend. So what exactly did the Madonna look require? Let's break it down. Lace! Everything. Lace gloves, lace tops, lace skirts. Fingerless gloves, a must-have accessory. Layered cross necklaces. The bigger and more tangled, the better. Bonus points if you had a mix of silver and pearls. Fishnet stockings, sometimes ripped, sometimes layered underskirts. Corset tops and bustiers. She made lingerie outerwear. Tulle skirts, the puffier, the better. Worn over leggings or fishnets. Chunky bangles, plastic, gold, silver. Didn't matter as long as you had a stack up to your elbows. And let's not forget the hair, because Madonna's teased. Messy curls weren't just a hairstyle, they were a movement. Throw in a big black bow or a lace headband, and you were ready to hit the dance floor. Madonna's influence was so massive that if you walked into any mall in America, you'd see a dozen girls trying to recreate her look. There you have it, 15 more unforgettable 80s trends that defined the decade. Which ones do you remember rocking? Drop a comment below and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more nostalgic trips down memory lane. Until next time, stay rad, my friends.